One of the most unforgettable twists in cinematic history comes from The Sixth Sense. The film tells the story of Dr. Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist who is trying to help a young boy, Cole, who claims to see dead people. Throughout the movie, Dr. Crowe struggles with his strained relationship with his wife and his inability to reach Cole. The twist at the end reveals that Dr. Crowe has been dead the entire time, a revelation that shocks both the character and the audience, forcing a re-examination of every scene in the movie. Fight Club is another film that left audiences reeling with its twist. The story follows an unnamed narrator who is disillusioned with his life and starts an underground fight club with the charismatic Tyler Durden. As the story unfolds, the narrator's life becomes more chaotic and Tyler's influence grows stronger. The shocking twist reveals that Tyler is a figment of the narrator's imagination, representing his alter ego. This revelation transforms the film, adding layers of psychological complexity and making the audience question what is real. In The Usual Suspects, the narrative revolves around a group of criminals brought together for a heist by a mysterious figure known as Kaiser Soze. The story is told through the perspective of Verbal Kint, a seemingly harmless conman who recounts the events to the police. The twist at the end reveals that Verbal Kint is Kaiser Soze himself, and the entire story he told was fabricated. This revelation leaves viewers questioning everything they've just seen, cementing the film's place as one of the greatest examples of misdirection in cinema. C7N delivers one of the darkest and most harrowing twists in film history. The movie follows two detectives, Somerset and Mills, as they track down a serial killer who is using the seven deadly sins as the basis for his murders. The film builds to a terrifying climax when the killer, John Doe, surrenders and leads the detectives to a remote location. There, a box is delivered containing the severed head of Mills's wife, revealing that the final sin, wrath, will be committed by Mills himself. The devastating twist is a bleak commentary on the futility of vengeance and the inevitability of evil. The revelation that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father in The Empire Strikes Back is perhaps the most iconic twist in film history. Throughout the movie, Luke is on a journey to confront the man who betrayed and murdered his father. During their climactic duel, Vader reveals that he is, in fact, Luke's father. This moment not only shocked audiences worldwide, but also deepened the emotional complexity of the Star Wars saga, turning Vader from a straightforward villain into a tragic figure with a deeply personal connection to the hero. In Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock crafted a twist that forever changed the horror genre. The film initially follows Marion Crane, who steals money and ends up at the Bates Motel where she meets a gruesome fate. The twist comes when it's revealed that Norman Bates, the seemingly mild-mannered motel owner, has been impersonating his mother, whom he murdered years ago. The final scene, where Norman is seen in his mother's clothes, reveals the depth of his madness and solidifies Psycho as a classic in psychological horror. The Others presents a chilling twist on the traditional ghost story. The film follows Grace, a mother living in an isolated mansion with her two children, who are sensitive to light. Strange occurrences lead Grace to believe that the house is haunted. The twist at the end reveals that Grace and her children are actually dead, and the ghosts they've been fearing are the living people who now inhabit the house. This revelation turns the entire story on its head, making the audience reconsider every eerie moment that came before. In Oldboy, the twist is as shocking as it is disturbing. The film follows Odai-Su, a man who is inexplicably imprisoned for 15 years and then released, only to embark on a quest for revenge. As he uncovers the truth behind his imprisonment, he discovers that the woman he has fallen in love with is actually his daughter, and that the entire ordeal was orchestrated by his enemy as an act of vengeance. The twist is a gut-wrenching revelation that leaves both Daisu and the audience in stunned disbelief, highlighting the tragic consequences of revenge. Shutter Island takes the audience on a psychological journey that culminates in a mind-bending twist. The film follows Teddy Daniels, a U.S. Marshal investigating the disappearance of a patient from a mental institution on Shutter Island. As Teddy delves deeper into the mystery, he uncovers dark secrets about the institution and his own past. The twist reveals that Teddy is actually a patient at the institution, having created an elaborate fantasy to cope with the trauma of his wife's actions. This revelation forces the audience to question the nature of reality and sanity throughout the film. Finally, The Prestige delivers a dual twist that leaves audiences in awe. The film follows two rival magicians, Robert Angier and Alfred Borden, whose competition drives them to extraordinary lengths. The first twist reveals that Angier's greatest trick, the transported man, involves cloning himself, with one clone dying each time the trick is performed. The second twist reveals that Borden's success was due to his twin brother who lived a shared life, alternating roles to maintain the illusion. These twists not only provide a stunning conclusion, but also underscore the sacrifices each man was willing to make in the pursuit of their craft.